Good afternoon. It is October 25th, 2021, and today we had this uptrend. We didn't quite reach a measured move up from the overnight highs and lows. So this looks, I don't know, something looks strange here. So let's see. Let's measure this. How about this? Oh no, because the measured move would be from here to here, just about, and we definitely went beyond that. So really most of the day prices were in this channel, this smaller channel, but I think that this larger blue channel was valid because we had some touches on this midline, and yeah, so that's how I saw it today. Let's take a look at these trades. I'm probably gonna have to go a little quick. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is. I don't think there are any trades you can really take. Actually, yeah, right here. This was an aggressive trade just because it looks a bit congestive, especially you got a doji here, but I do think you can probably go long. Prices are responding to the EMA, and you get a first entry, second entry, and that signal bar is trash, so we get this higher low, and I do think you can go long there because there's just enough room before the highs to scalp out. And I actually looked at this first failed second entry, and I entered on it, but I was like, no, I want to get out at break even. And I went on the engulfing bar, and this is why you don't go on engulfing bars. Yeah, the trade would have worked out, but and signal bars don't matter so much with failures, but this is congestive. We shouldn't be taking failures in congestion. So if you're patient, a little bit after market open, prices start trending down. You get a first, failed second entry. I don't think you can, when you get this signal bar, I don't think you want to go short because it looks like it's in congestive. But then when you get matching highs and this super bearish bar, I think you can take that and at least ride it to the level of what I was looking at this level as resistance or support, excuse me. And there's room to back to that support to scalp out. And if you had a runner, you could ride that at least to the measured leg, which brings you back to the midline. But anyway, we get an overshoot of that, and you get a first, second entry short off the EMA after that break. I do think you can go short there, and that works out. It gets you a scalp. But then prices start to move higher, and I don't see any reason to go long in here, unfortunately. It was hard to tell. Maybe this congestion is related to this congestion, but this wasn't really congestive right here. This is really, we're making higher highs and higher lows, but there are dojis in there. Oh, whoops. I think right there. Yeah, so. And this is more congestive because we're going back and forth around the EMA. You know what? You could actually go long right here. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I had an interruption. Yeah, I didn't see this. But yeah, you get a second entry long opportunity right here. Did I? I feel like I might have taken that. Okay, no, I didn't take that. Okay. But, yeah, second entry long right here. Looks pretty good. Oh, okay, I wasn't at the chart at that time. That's why I didn't see this. And yeah, that takes you at least to the high of the range. And yeah, you go a little further before it corrects, and we make this new low, and you get a first, failed second entry short. If you're playing this like a range here, you might go short there on that signal bar, but that's just the first entry. So usually you want to wait on the lower highs. But this, I had this larger channel drawn off of these lows, and once I saw that bounce off the midline and these, bounces off the midline, and we get this failure over here, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this. And I really like that. And you get a good entry. And for some reason, this has happened last week too. I entered and it didn't give me a runner. It only gave me scalps. So when I right-clicked on my target, it didn't give me the option of increasing the price for just one of them. So that was pretty annoying. I'm going to have to maybe put something in the forum about that. But yeah. And this stuff here, I don't think this entering in any of this is possible. We haven't made a new low. So these are like third, fourth entries. And they're going into the highs. We get this congestion here. And this isn't really like a runaway trend. So when we get this first, second entry, I was too nervous to enter on this because look at how congested this is. So you might have entered, and that's a great move. If you do enter on that, you get a lot out of it, but it's just congestion. And it's not like a runaway trend. We're barely above the overnight highs. So all this is too far from the EMA. This kind of looked like a failure, but again, we haven't made a new low yet, so this is like 6th and 7th entry. But I mean, this was looking appealing. And then we come down here, and you get a first entry, second entry, and I totally understand why you wouldn't take this. It looks like it's congestion, and it's below the EMA. I took this. It's definitely aggressive. But I thought there would be trapped shorts, and all you get is 4 ticks. So a lot of people might not have scalped out on this because usually you need 5 ticks. But for some reason, I got filled. My target hit on 4 ticks here. But that's very aggressive. Weak signal bar. If it was a better signal bar, I definitely would be more enthusiastic about it. So really this just turned out to be congestion, and you can see we hit that measured move right here. It was really congestive with a strong upward bias though here, but look at all the dojis, you know. And we came back to the lows and went back to the measured move up top. And so if you're feeling aggressive and you get this first failed second entry, you might go long to playing it like a range. And that would have brought you down here. I don't think you want to go short here because it's at the midline. And if you're playing it like a range again, you might go long there. And then we get this first entry, second entry. The reason I like this, look, you get this. We make this high, test it once, test it twice, and then it comes on this signal bar, ticks 1 tick higher. So that looked like a trap. And so I like that. I traded that on my practice account. So yeah, I like that, even though this looks congestive. And then we come down here to the measured move to the low side, and you get a bounce, and you get a higher low back into congestion. It closes above the EMA. I really like that. And I mean, this faked me out right here. I went short here thinking, oh, failure, but first entry, second entry, third entry. So I got trapped, and so did other people. Brings it up here, and then you get a first, second entry short up here. That might not actually be aggressive. That might be just a red trade. This one's solid, but that's what I saw for today. Let's take a look at these trades I took. And so, yeah, like I said, I entered on this bar, on an engulfing bar. I don't want to be doing that. You're going long into the highs. It turned out to be a doji, so I got out at break even. Would have scalped me out, but I don't want to be in bad entries like that. And then yeah, I like this failure. And I got, once this bar closed, that's a good signal bar, so I'm okay with going on the engulfing point, but I actually got a better entry than that. And for some reason, I didn't get a runner, which is annoying because you could have rode it all the way up. It would be a little difficult in here to hold on to it, but you could have. And here I got lucky, and I knew this seemed risky, so you got to listen to your gut. But I got lucky and got filled on 4 ticks, and then here I went short, which was the right idea, but I just got nervous, and I was like, oh, don't overtrade, and ended up being a really nice move down. And then because that moved, I think I was like, oh, just listen to yourself, and went short right here, which, yeah, it turned out to be a third entry, and that looks like a move up, and yeah, I got trapped there. So overall, I did well up until the last like 30 minutes of the market being open, and that's when I was just, I should have been on my practice account, and I wasn't. So that's what I saw today. That's what I did today. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.